Hello and welcome to the review of the Smart Scale P2 Pro. I was really attracted to this scale because it claims to be able to do a lot for not a lot of money. It's £50, this item in the UK. It can measure your heart rate, your body fat percentage, gives you a 3D model. A lot of what you can do is done through the app. I will go through that in a little bit of time and we can take a look at how the app works. It claims to be accurate within 50 grams, 0.1 pounds, and it syncs with the free app. It measures your heart rate, your weight, your body fat, your BMI, body mass index, your muscle mass, BMR, plus 10 more. So this device promises to do a lot, and it promises to do a lot for a very, very good price, to be fair. So I really wanted to test this out and see what it's like, and I'm also going to compare this to a proper scale at the gym, you know, one like this. This is the kind of body measurement device that I've seen used in a lot of gyms, and I've also seen used in professional settings as well, with athletes who need to keep track of what their weight and body fat percentage is. So we'll see what the difference is. Now, inside the box, just the basic user manual and a tape measure, which is nice of them to throw in. So let's look at the device itself. If we flip it over, we can have a quick look and we'll see that it uses 4 AAA batteries. It comes with those batteries in the box, and you also have your units button and your 4 rubber feet so it doesn't slide around when you're taking your measurements. Your unit button basically does this, changes from kilos to stones and to pounds. The only slightly annoying thing is that when you change any of the settings underneath and you put the scale down, even though there's nothing on it, it will read a weight in, and then you need to wait for it to reset, which is a little bit frustrating, but it takes a few seconds for that to be done. And then if you stand on it, let's go ahead and put a weight on it, it'll come on. It's advisable anytime you move this to a new location to do that, just so it can recalibrate. It's a pretty important thing to do, and never weigh yourself when you put the scale on carpet, because it needs a solid base in order for it to work properly. And also make sure your floor is even, because if your floor is even slightly a little bit uneven and you move it to a different floor or a different part of your bathroom which has different tiles and it's balancing itself on different tiles, you'll just get inaccurate readings and readings that aren't true to what they may be if you would have left the scale in the exact same spot, which obviously isn't ideal for a lot of people. So now that we've taken a look at the absolute basics of this device, let's go ahead and let's just see how accurate this thing is. Now, the app is pretty simple and straightforward. There was quite a lot of bugs when I first got the app which have been ironed out. For example, you could either put you were 5'10", 5'11", or 6'2". You couldn't put you were 6 foot or 6'1". It would disconnect and reconnect all the time through the Bluetooth, or it would take all my readings except body fat percentage. I haven't had that issue for a few months, so that seems to be okay. But once you go into the app, one of the other frustrating things I found as well is when you add family members, I thought by simply clicking on another family member, it would bring up their profile, but it doesn't. You need to swipe through. You need to look at your profile, and then you can swipe left and right to look at other profiles, which is fine, but it's just a little bit, it could have been more intuitive. First thing you want to do through the app is connect your device. I've already got mine connected, but if I go ahead and I click remove device and delete it, just to show you how to do it, you simply click add device, make sure the scale and phone are both on Bluetooth, and it found it already. The scale wasn't even switched on and it's already found it. Press continue on the app, and it will then connect your scale to Wi-Fi as well. Press start, you select your Wi-Fi account, and then it will connect your scale to the Wi-Fi, and this just takes a few seconds for it to do as well. You'll see the Wi-Fi logo is flashing and the Bluetooth is connected. Then it tells you congratulations, you can stand on the scale. It also takes your heart rate. I found it to be pretty accurate within 3 to 4 beats, and I'm comparing that to using an Apple Watch and also taking my heart rate manually myself at the same time. It's within margin of error, I would say. If you take a look on the iPhone screen now, you see on here that it's got my BMI, my body fat. Heart rate hasn't recorded right now because I'm not actually standing on the device as I do this voiceover, but these are the goals here. You need to actually click on the 3 dots on the top right, and then you need to go to history in order to be able to see your history. As you can see, my body fat percentage is when I started taking it was at 25.7, and then it went down, and then it went back up, and then it went back down. You can tell when the weekends are. But this also shows one of my other issues with this device. As you can see, I have a lot of other readings, and the body fat percentage hasn't been recorded. And the reason for that is there was a period of time where no matter what I tried, it just wouldn't register my body fat. Then I figured it out. I went into my height and I saw that it had changed my height to 4 foot something. And obviously if you're 4 foot and you're weighing 194 pounds, it probably is thinking your body fat percentage is either over 100% or just way off scale. So it didn't give me an accurate reading. And it reset itself for another family member as well. It just seems to reset your height, or just the app is just very buggy as of mid-May 2022, which is a little bit annoying because that's what you do a lot of the measurements with. Now, this is the most important thing, is you're looking at accuracy. So let me go to somebody in my family. This person goes to the gym 5 times a week. They stepped on the scale that they use in a lot of professional football teams. They use in a lot of NFL teams. They use this product in a lot of higher end gyms. And I got him to take his body fat percentage reading on one of those, and it came to 13.9%. This device said 24%. That's not a little bit out. That is a lot out. So I wanted to figure out what the reason for this was. And upon doing a little bit of research, I found out that this device, what it will do is it will send a signal up both your legs and measure your body fat percentage up to almost about your waist height, and it will average that based on other user data that they've gathered on what the body fat percentage is going to be at the rest of your body. Now, we all carry fat in different parts of our bodies, so that could lead to inaccurate readings. This is inaccurate by 10%. That's quite an inaccuracy. So if you are going to use this device to measure your body fat, A, remember the number is not going to be accurate, and B, only use this device. Don't use other devices, because if you do, then you're kind of setting yourself up to think, oh my God, I'm having incredible fluctuations in my body fat percentage. There's something wrong here, which probably won't be the case. It just may be a case of this device is not accurate in terms of measuring your body fat. BMI is 24.7 on this device, whereas on the device at David Lloyd's, it was 23.8. Body fat, this, as I said, is put 24%, which is considerably higher than what the actual professional devices put it in as. Body weight, 89.4 kilograms. Let's take a look. It's actually showing the body weight 2 kilograms higher than what the device at David Lloyd's is as well. It's showing muscle mass at 66.59 kilograms, whereas the other device is showing muscle mass at 74 kilograms. For a device like this, it's inexcusable, and I kind of get worried that people are you're gonna step on this and you're gonna think, oh my God, my body fat percentage is through the roof, I need to lose 10%. Well, if my brother had stepped on this device, his body fat percentage at 13, this is showing 24, and he lost 10%, he'd be in a very, very dangerous position because his body fat percentage would drop down to 3, which is just incredibly unhealthy. So for a device like this, I really would have expected better from a company like Anker, to be honest with you. Another one of the worrying things, so we take a look here, it says protein 15.9% low. I know for a fact he has multiple protein shakes a day. His diet is very rich in fish, chicken, meats. If his protein levels are actually accurate according to this device, he would literally need to be having 10 meals a day of protein. And it's doing the same thing to me as well. It's giving me readings that just don't make sense. And when I step on more accurate devices, I realize this thing is way off. And for that reason, I would say this device is definitely something that I cannot recommend. When you're talking about people's health and you're giving readings that are way, way off, it's telling somebody who's got pretty much a six-pack sticking out that their subcutaneous fat is high and it's at 22%, whereas the other device is showing their fat to be a lot less. So I cannot recommend this device. It's inaccurate readings. That makes it kind of dangerous, especially when you're messing with people who may be self-conscious of their image, or who may be striving for something and they're really determined and they think they've got 20% body fat when they actually only have 10% body fat, and then you've got somebody that's potentially trying to take their body fat percentage down to dangerously low levels. It's for that reason, and also the reason that the app is pretty buggy, that I would recommend avoiding this device. It just doesn't do the job that it was built to do. Thank you for watching this review. If you found it in any way helpful, please click the like button, and if you're feeling super generous, click the subscribe button. Have a good day.